Welcome back to my channel. In today's video I thought it would be a really fun video to share with you guys, a chatty glam get ready with me. I love watching these type of videos on YouTube. They're one of my favourite videos to watch, and I also really enjoy creating these type of videos. I haven't filmed one of these videos in the longest time. I have already filled in my eyebrows. If I was to show you guys how I fill in my eyebrows, it would literally be a whole video in one, so I thought I'd get them out of the way first. The next step is my eyes, and recently I've been putting these tape on my eyes because they make my eyeshadow a lot nicer, and I love the way it looks with these tapes on my eyes. I don't use them all the time because sometimes it can make your eyes a little bit sore underneath because obviously it is tape, so I use these a couple of times when I'm doing my makeup. Recently I've been loving a glam look, so I'm going to share with you guys a glam look. For my eyeshadow palette, I'm going to be using one of my favourite eyeshadow palettes, and this is the Jaclyn Hill eyeshadow palette. I'm not sure if I pronounced her name right, but this is the eyeshadow palette. It is one of my favourites. I literally love it so much, and I just love the packaging as well. It's so nice. I also really love the shades inside this eyeshadow palette because I tend to normally reach out for like orangey shades and neutral shades and just like shades like that because I find that they suit my eyes more. As you can see, these are literally not even touched, but I do love creating like bright looks in the summer as well. And it's very dirty at the top because I do use it all the time. For my brush, I'm going to be using my favourite brush, and this is the Morphe eyeshadow brush. I love using Morphe brushes now for my eyes because they are really easy to use and they just blend in really well, and I just love them so much. I'm going to be starting off with these light shades for the base of my eye.
I'm literally just going to put a little bit of this colour onto my eyelid and then blend it out.
I'm now going to take this darker shade and put it on the lid of my eyes like this. I am now going to find a thinner brush. I think I'm going to use this really thin brush here. This is also by Morphe in the same set. And then I'm going to get the darker shade again and just put it in between my waterlines. I have just brought the camera slightly forward so you can see what I am doing. So I'm just putting the dark shade underneath my waterlines. I am now going to smoke the darker shade out a little bit like this to create a wing. I am now just taking another Morphe eyeshadow brush, but in a different eye brush, and just blending this bit out at the end so it isn't too smoky. That is the eyeshadow now done. I love how it turned out. I'm now going to use some glitter. For my glitter, I think I'm just going to mix all of the glitters together to give off that really nice shimmer, but I'm going to start off with this shade because I love a golden glitter as well. I always use my fingers for my glitter because it's a lot easier. Now I'm going to mix in a couple of these brighter shades and just make it a lot lighter and shimmery. I'm now going to be using eyeliner. For the eyeliner, I'm going to be using the NYX eyeliner. This is one of my favourite eyeliners to use. I always use this eyeliner because it's so easy to apply onto your eyes. Once I've done my eyeliner, I'm now going to be putting on my eyelashes. The eyelashes that I always use are the Kiss eyelashes. These are one of my favourite eyelashes. I think they just look so nice and they are so subtle on your eyes. I'm now going to blend my normal eyelashes into my false eyelashes. The mascara that I'm going to be using is the Morphe mascara. This is one of my favourite mascaras. I love this mascara, it is so good and it just is a really nice mascara to use. I'm also going to put a little bit of it onto the bottom of my eyelids. This is the eyes now done. I have taken the eye tape off my eye now so I can do my foundation. But this is what my eyes look like. I love how they turn out. For my face, I'm going to be using the Charlotte Tilbury Light Wonder Glow Primer. I think this is the primer, not the foundation. So I'm actually going to try the Charlotte Tilbury foundation out because it does look really good and I do really want to try it, but I've been loving using this recently because it's not a full consistency on your face. It's sort of like a moisturizer, and that's why I love this Charlotte Tilbury Light Wonder Primer so much, because it's so nice on your face as well and it just feels really nice and light. I've also actually almost run out of this foundation because I use it literally like every single day because it's so good. I only put a little bit onto my face. To blend my foundation in, I'm going to be using my favourite brushes, and that is the Real Technique foundation brush. I've been using this for ages now. I don't use any other foundation brushes for my foundation, just this one, because this is so good and it blends in really well, and I always use the Real Technique brand. I am now also going to be using a little bit of the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter. I love this, it's one of my favourite things to use. I only put a little bit on my head and then my nose and then my cheeks. This is such a good filter because it makes your face look so glowing and it's so nice. I'm obsessed with this. To blend this in, I'm going to be using the same brush as I used for the foundation. The next step is my contour. For my contour, I'm going to be using the Charlotte Tilbury contouring stick. This has been one of my favourites to use. I've recently just bought this a couple of months ago and it's almost run out because I use this every single day in my makeup routine. I'm obsessed. I actually do need to buy another one because I am running out of this as well, just because I love Charlotte Tilbury makeup. It is so good and I love the packaging it comes in as well. To blend my contour in, I'm going to be using the Real Techniques angled brush. I love this brush to blend in my contour with because it's such a nice brush and it's really easy to use and it helps a lot with the shape of the contour because it has a slight angle to it. I am also going to be using a little bit of a bronzer. The bronzer that I love to use is the Charlotte Tilbury bronzer. This is one of my favourite bronzers. I use this every single day in my makeup routine. For my brush, I am going to be using this round brush and I got this from Superdrug in the studio section and it was only like £3. It's such a good brush to use and it's a really nice one as well for the amount of price that it was. This is what the Charlotte Tilbury bronzer looks like. It is literally so nice. I love it. And all I do is put my bronzer around my face like this. Next step is one of my favourite parts and that is my blush. Recently I have tried some new blushes and I have been using the Made by Mitchell blushes. I only got these two colours, this pinky shade and this darker pink, and I really want to try out all of the different colours because I love this blush. It is so good. I'm going to actually mix the colours together, but I'm going to start off with this lighter blush colour. I've never used liquid blushes until I heard of this brand Made by Mitchell and it is so good. I love it. All I do is put two little dots on my cheek like this and then I get my Real Techniques brush and I just blend that around a brush because it's a lot easier to blend in the blush. So all I do is pat it like this. Look how nice it is. It just gives off that really nice blush. And then I get my darker one and I literally just put a tiny of this bit onto my face. So I just do a little dot like this. And then I will mix them two colours in and it creates such a nice colour. This is the blush. I love how it turned out. I'm just obsessed with how nice and subtle the Made by Mitchell blushes are. They're just so good. I am obsessed with them. The next step is going to be my highlighter. For my highlighter, I'm going to be using one of my new highlighters that I got from Kiko. This is the highlighter that I brought from Kiko. Look how pretty it is. I am obsessed. It's just so nice, and the packaging is also really nice as well. The brush that I'm going to be using is one of my all-time favourite brush, as you can see, because I do use it every single day, and that is the MAC highlighter brush. I do actually need to get a new one because this one's so old. All I'm going to be doing is putting a little bit on the top of my cheeks, and I love how this blush blends in with highlighter. It's just so nice. I'm obsessed. For my lipstick, I'm going to be using two types of different lipsticks. I'm going to be using the Kylie Jenner lipstick in the shade Candy K. This is one of my favourite lipsticks to use. I love this shade, it's so nice. And then I'm going to add a little bit of another colour into this colour, and I'm going to be using the Honey Store lipstick by Imogen. These are my favourite lipsticks to use. I love these lipsticks. I'm going to start off with using the lip liner first and just putting it around the top of my lips and then the bottom. This is what the lipstick looks like. It is so nice. I'm just obsessed. Look how pretty. I did actually purchase some new lipsticks from her brand because I love it that much. To mix the colours together and just put a tiny bit of the Candy K by Kylie on the top lips. They are similar shades to each other, make a difference, but I just love mixing these two lipstick shades. I have just taken my hair out of the clips, and this is the finished glam makeup look. I love how it turned out. If you enjoyed watching this glam makeup video, please don't forget to give it a like and subscribe, and I'll see you again in my next video.